She stood in front of him, tall, alien, powerful, her silver armor glowing under two suns. And yet, her voice? Soft, almost begging. "What do I have to do to marry you, human?" Everyone in the alien court froze. Even the guards stopped breathing. He was just a soldier from Earth. Now, he was her only hope. To stop a war that could burn the galaxy. But why him? Why this human? And what happens if he says no? Before we begin, just remember one thing. This isn't a love story. It's a test of survival. And someone is about to fail. Welcome to a brand new HFY story. My name is Michael, and I'm the voiceover artist for this channel. Let's begin. She didn't want peace. She didn't want power. She only wanted him. A human. But not just any human. The one she found in the garbage pile of a dead moon. Before you judge her, you need to know why she chose him, and what she was willing to destroy to have him. This is not just a story about love. It's a war, a decision, a warning. "What do I have to do to marry you, human?" She said it out loud, in front of kings, soldiers, and gods. And when he looked into her eyes, he finally understood. But by then, it was already too late. They called her Cerexa, princess of the Zenthari Empire. Warrior, killer, heir to a throne made of bones. But here, today, she wasn't on a battlefield. She stood at the edge of a garbage dump, alone. Her golden boots crushed metal scraps under her feet. Dead machines, broken ships, rust floating in the air like ash. And then, she saw movement. Between the broken engines, under a pile of armor plates. A hand. Small. Dirty. Human. She moved closer, pulling aside the sharp edges. And there he was. Lying in the trash like some forgotten relic. A man. Unconscious, breathing slow, but alive. "Bring him to my ship," she said. Her guards hesitated. "He's just a Terran. Not worth." She turned her eyes on them, eyes like glowing knives. "I said, bring him." His name was Jack Ryder. Former Earth soldier. Missing in action for 3 years. They thought he died in the war near Vega 9. But he had been drifting. Captured, sold, escaped, and now, crashed here. When Jack woke up, he wasn't in pain. He was lying on soft silk. Clean clothes, warm lights, and a face staring down at him. He sat up fast, heart pounding. "Where am I?" "You are on my ship," she said. "I saved you." Jack looked around. Alien symbols. Fancy walls. Definitely not Earth. "Why?" Her lips curved, not quite a smile. "I have a question for you, human. A very serious one." Jack narrowed his eyes. "What kind of question?" She leaned closer. "What do I have to do to marry you?" He blinked. He waited for the joke, the laugh, the punchline. But she didn't smile. "Okay," Jack said slowly, "I'm either dreaming, or you're insane." "I'm serious," she said. "I want you as my mate." Jack stood up, backing away. "Why me?" She didn't answer. Instead, she tapped on her bracelet. A hologram appeared. A map of the galaxy. Earth right in the center. "This is what's coming," she said. "War. Fire. Blood." Jack stared at it. "You're planning to invade Earth?" "My father is," she said. "But if I marry a human, the law says Earth becomes family. And we do not kill our own." Jack laughed. Bitter. "So I'm a shield? A loophole?" She looked him dead in the eye. "No. You are my choice." Later that night, Jack sat in his room, staring at the alien stars through the glass. Was this real? A powerful alien woman asking to marry him? To stop a war? And if he said no, would she destroy Earth anyway? He thought about home. His brother. His dog. His old life. Would they even know he had a choice? Jack didn't trust her. Not yet. But one thing was clear. This wasn't about love. This was about survival. And someone was lying. The next morning, Jack opened his eyes to silence. Not normal silence, but the kind that felt watched. His bed was soft. The air was warm. But his instincts were sharp. He got up and found clothes neatly folded on a silver chair. Not human clothes. Alien royal robes. Black with golden edges. The door opened on its own. 2 Zenthri guards stood outside. They didn't speak. Just waited. "Let me guess," Jack muttered. "Time for breakfast or a wedding?" Neither of them smiled. They walked him through the halls of her ship. Walls glowing with soft white light. Alien paintings, strange flowers in floating glass tubes. Everything screamed royalty. Then the doors opened. And there she was. Cerexa. Wearing armor again, but not for war. This was ritual armor, glowing jewels, curved steel. Her long hair tied back tight. Eyes locked on him. "Sit," she said, pointing to the seat across from her. "Jack Saturday." "I need answers," he said. "You'll get them," she replied. "But only after you hear the rules." She tapped her wrist again. A new hologram appeared. This time, him. His name. His face. Military record. Even his old Earth address. "You are not just a soldier, Jack Ryder," she said. "You are something rare." He raised a brow. "Lucky garbage." "No," she said softly. "You are a human who survived our border. Alone. That makes you valuable." He leaned forward. "And that's why you want to marry me?" "No." Her tone sharpened. "I want to marry you because I want to." She stood up and walked around the table. "But I am not allowed to marry a human without tests." "Tests?" Jack asked. She nodded. "There are 3, she said. 1, strength. You must survive our combat arena for 6 minutes. No weapons. No help. 2, mind. You will be asked 5 questions about loyalty, culture, and sacrifice. If you lie, you fail. 3, bond. You must complete a private ritual with me. It shows the council your body accepts me as mate." Jack's eyes widened. "What happens if I fail?" Her face changed. Cold. Regal. Distant. "Then Earth burns, and you die with it." Jack stood up slowly. "I don't trust you." "I don't need your trust," she replied. "I need your answer." He looked at her. Long quiet. Something flickered behind her eyes. Was it fear? Or something else? "Why not just find someone else?" he asked. "There are millions of humans." She stepped closer, too close. He could feel the heat from her skin. "Because only you told me no. And that made me want you even more." Later that evening, Jack sat on the balcony of the ship, looking out into the stars. One of the guards walked up, handed him something. It was a folded piece of paper. Human paper. He opened it slowly. A message written by hand. "Don't trust her. She's not what she seems. If you love Earth, run." It wasn't signed. His blood went cold. Who sent it? And more importantly, why did they risk everything to warn him? Because someone, on this ship, wanted him dead. The next morning came like a punch. Alarms, doors opening, and a voice on the speakers. "Candidate Jack Ryder. Prepare for the trial of strength." No breakfast. No warning. Just boots on metal floors, and guards pulling him down the halls. Jack walked into a dark tunnel. The air was cold. Smelled like blood and smoke. Lights clicked on slowly, revealing a massive arena. Round. Empty. Steel walls stained with old battles. Above him, rows and rows of alien eyes. Watching. Cheering. Hungry. And at the top of it all, Cerexa, dressed in royal armor, sitting on a golden throne. Her face, unreadable. A voice echoed across the arena. "The rules are simple. You survive for 6 minutes. That's all." Jack looked around. Nothing moved. Then the floor shifted. Metal plates opened. Something crawled out. It was tall, heavy, a beast made of muscle and bone. It had no eyes. Only teeth. Rows and rows of them. The crowd went silent. The clock began. Jack didn't run. He circled slowly, watching the beast move. It sniffed the air, snarled, charged. Jack jumped to the side, rolled, barely missed the claws. No weapons, no help, just his fists and speed. He ducked, slid under the thing's legs, grabbed a loose metal rod from the ground. Sharp, broken, rusted. It would have to do. The beast turned, charged again. Jack waited, then dove sideways and stabbed the rod into its leg. The beast roared in pain, kicked him across the arena. He hit the wall hard, tasted blood. 1 minute down, 5 more to go. He stood up, breathing heavy. One arm hurt, possibly broken. The beast charged again. Jack ran in circles now, trying to buy time, trying to think. Then, he saw it. Above the beast's neck, a metal collar, glowing red, a control device. If he could reach it, he ran forward, slid under the beast's swing, grabbed the collar, climbed its back. The crowd screamed. The beast threw its head wildly. Jack held on tight, punched the collar, pulled at it. Electric sparks shot out. The beast screamed and dropped. Dead silence. The timer still had 42 seconds left. But the beast was down, and Jack was standing. The arena exploded in noise. Alien cheers, shouts, horns. Cerexa stood up from her throne, and for the first time, she smiled. Back in his room, hours later, Jack sat with ice packs on his arms. His whole body ached. The door opened. Cerexa walked in, slowly. "You did well," she said. Jack didn't look at her. "You almost got me killed." She walked closer. That was the easy part. Jack turned to her now. "What?" "Next is the trial of mind," she said softly. "You'll wish it was just a beast." As she left the room, Jack noticed something. The same symbol from the warning note was carved on her bracelet. The same lines, the same circle. Whoever warned him was close to her, maybe too close. And Jack had no idea who he could trust. 3 days, 3 tests, 1 wrong answer, and Earth dies. Jack sat in a dark room. No windows, just silence. Only a chair and a silver table in front of him. His right hand was bandaged. His ribs still hurt from the arena. But now, this was different. This wasn't about strength. This was about truth. The door opened. A man walked in. Zenthri, old, dressed in white. Eyes like cold glass. Behind him, 2 guards stood tall. And then, Cerexa entered. She didn't sit. She only watched. "Begin the trial of mind," the old man said. A soft blue light filled the room. From the center of the table, a small sphere rose. Glowing, humming, spinning slowly. "This," the old man said, "is the soul scanner. It can read your heartbeat, your temperature, even the smallest lie." Jack leaned forward. "Of course it can." "You will answer 5 questions," the man said. 1 lie, and the scanner alerts us. 2 lies, and the trial ends. Jack nodded once. "Let's do this." Question 1. If Earth were attacked tomorrow, and you had the chance to escape alone, would you run? Jack stared at the glowing sphere. His mouth felt dry. Then he said, "No. I would stay. I'd fight." The sphere blinked green. Truth. Question 2. Would you kill an innocent Zenthri if it meant saving a human? Jack didn't answer right away. He looked at Cerexa. Her face showed nothing. "I would try not to, but if I had to choose." He took a breath. "I'd save the human." The sphere blinked green. Cerexa's eyes narrowed slightly. Question 3. Do you find Cerexa attractive? The room went silent. Even the guards looked confused. Jack blinked. "What kind of question is that?" The old man didn't smile. "Answer." Jack turned to Cerexa. She stared back, calm, unreadable. Then he leaned forward. "Yes. She's attractive. She's also dangerous. The sphere pulsed. Green. Question 4. If Cerexa ordered you to betray Earth, would you obey? Jack clenched his fists. He didn't look at anyone. No, he said quietly. Never. The sphere turned yellow. Then green. Barely. Final question. Do you trust Cerexa? Jack looked at her now. Slowly. She didn't look away. So he said, no. The sphere blinked. Green. And for a moment, Cerexa's lips moved. Just slightly. Almost like a smile. The trial was over. The guards left. The old man followed. Only Jack and Cerexa remained. She walked to the table and sat across from him. You don't trust me, she said. Jack nodded. You've lied. You've hidden things. But you saved me too. She leaned closer. I didn't lie about wanting you, she whispered. Jack looked at her, searching her eyes. You got what you wanted so far, he said. But why risk everything just to stop this war? Cerexa's eyes went cold. Because the war isn't about Earth. It's about me. She stood and walked to the door. But before she left, she turned and said, prepare yourself, human. The next trial is the ritual of bond. And it will not be easy. Jack stared at the empty chair she left behind. His heart pounding. Because something in her voice told him. The final trial wasn't about passing. It was about choosing. And if he chose wrong, he wouldn't leave the ship alive. The door opened, but this time there were no guards. No lights. No voice giving orders. Only her. Cerexa. Wearing a long dark robe. Hair down, eyes soft, but unreadable. Come in, she said. Jack hesitated. Everything about this felt strange, personal, quiet. He stepped inside. The room was round, dim, glowing slowly with red light. A pool in the center, steaming, glowing faint gold. A platform beside it. 2 cups of silver. And silence. This is the ritual room, she said. Her voice was calm, almost gentle. In Zenthri lore, we do not marry by paper. We bond through touch. Memory. Blood. Jack stared at her. I thought this was just for show. She shook her head. No. This is real. If we complete the ritual, I become tied to you. And you become tied to me. He looked at the water. What's in there? She smiled slightly. It shows your memories, and mine. And it burns away lies. Jack swallowed hard. If I refuse? She stepped closer, slowly. Then the council will say we are not compatible. The deal is broken. And the invasion begins. Jack looked around the room again. So quiet. So deadly. He didn't trust her. But a part of him, deep down, also didn't want to leave. There was something about her. Something she wasn't saying. They stepped into the pool. It was hot. Not painful. But deep. It felt like the water was touching his mind. Cerexa stood across from him, eyes locked. Now, she whispered, we speak the truth. A light formed above them. And suddenly, memories. His childhood, his brother. Earth, war. Her battles, her father, her victories, her loneliness. They saw everything. Even the moment she first saw him. Half dead in the trash of a ruined planet. She didn't feel pity. She felt pulled. Then, another memory. Not his. Not hers. A hidden one. A dark room. Her father. His voice. You will marry the human. Pretend it's your choice. Then once Earth is ours, kill him. Make it clean. The pool began to glow violently. Jack stepped back. You lied, he shouted. Cerexa didn't move. I didn't know you would survive the arena, she said softly. I didn't expect you to fight with honor. Jack's hands clenched. So I was bait. Just a tool. She stepped closer. At first, yes. Her voice shook. But now, I don't want to lose you. The room trembled. The light dimmed. The ritual was complete. Jack stepped out of the pool, eyes full of fire. You used me, he said. like a piece on a board. Sorexa looked away. I was supposed to, but something changed. He picked up his clothes, started walking to the door. Then she said, "There's still one trial left, but it won't be given by me." Jack turned. What does that mean? Her eyes met his again. Your own people have arrived. He froze. What? She nodded. Earth sent someone. They want you back. But they don't want the marriage. Jack's heart pounded. Who? And her answer made his blood run cold. Your brother. The door opened again. And this time, it wasn't aliens. It was him. Same eyes. Same jawline. Older. Angrier. Jack. He hadn't heard that voice in 3 years. Jack stood frozen. Tyler? His brother stepped into the room, wearing Earth Defense black, armor sharp, weapons hidden under the coat. 2 soldiers followed behind. Human. Silent. Tyler didn't smile. You're coming with us, he said. Jack stepped forward, slowly. How did you find me? Tyler's eyes narrowed. Earth has been watching the Zenthari for months. We knew they captured someone near Andromeda. He looked Jack up and down. We didn't expect it to be you. Jack folded his arms. So you came to rescue me? Tyler didn't answer. He just said, You're not marrying that alien freak. The room got colder. Sorexa stepped in behind Jack. She didn't speak. She didn't raise her hand. She just stared at Tyler like he was a fly on glass. Tyler turned slowly. His voice dropped. So this is her. The killer princess. Jack stepped between them. Don't, he said. She tried to get you killed, Tyler growled. She's manipulating you. Earth needs you, Jack. I'm not a soldier anymore, Jack said. You're still human, Tyler snapped. Jack felt torn in half. His brother, his blood. The person who never gave up searching for him. And Sorexa, the alien who saved him, lied to him. But maybe, just maybe, wanted to change. Tyler stepped closer. We have a ship waiting. Earth Command says if you don't come home, the marriage deal is invalid. Sorexa spoke then. Calm. Cold. But the fire was in her eyes. He stays by choice. Not by force. If he walks out that door, we never speak again. Jack felt his chest tighten. 2 paths. 1 planet. 1 woman. 1 brother. Why are you doing this? Jack asked Tyler. Because Earth doesn't make deals with monsters, he said. They'll betray you the second you say I. Sorexa spoke again. We already did. Tyler turned. What? Jack looked at her, confused. She nodded slowly. The ritual. It's complete. I didn't wait. Tyler's face turned pale. You bonded with her? Jack didn't answer. Tyler stepped back like he'd been shot. You chose her over your own blood. Jack finally spoke. No, I didn't choose yet. But I might, if you don't stop treating me like a weapon. Tyler's voice cracked. You were dead, Jack. I kept looking every year. And now I find you wrapped in an alien's trap. Jack looked at Sorexa. Then back at his brother. I'm not in a trap, he said. I'm in the middle of 2 wars. Tyler stepped to the side. There's still time. Come with me. Earth will protect you. Sorexa stepped closer too. If he leaves, Earth stays weak. If he stays, Earth becomes powerful. Jack stood still, his hands trembling, his heart split. You both say you want to save me, but neither of you asked what I want. And then, he made his choice. He whispered it. 1 sentence. Quiet. Firm. Unforgettable. You both say you want to save me, but neither of you asked what I want. Jack's voice echoed in the silent room. Sorexa stood still. Tyler's jaw tightened. The 2 most powerful people in Jack's life. Waiting for a choice. And then, Jack turned slowly. His eyes locked on Sorexa. You lied to me, he said. You used me. You dragged me into your war. She said nothing. You hurt me. Still no answer. Jack stepped forward, one slow step at a time. But somewhere between all of that, you showed me something no one else ever did. Her lips parted. And what's that? She whispered. He looked at her, eyes full of pain. And something else. Fire. That even monsters want to be loved. Behind him, Tyler whispered, Jack, don't do this. Jack didn't turn around. He stepped beside Cerexa, stood shoulder to shoulder, not smiling, not weak, just ready. Earth doesn't need another soldier, he said. It needs a bridge. Tyler took one step back. You're siding with them? Jack looked him in the eye. No, I'm not siding. I'm leading. Later that day, galactic news spread like wildfire. Earth and Zenthari Empire sign peace pact through marriage. Human soldier marries alien princess, ends centuries-old war threat. The man who saved Earth by saying yes. The wedding was private. No cameras, no reporters, just stars outside the window and a quiet hum of two hearts learning to beat together. Cerexa stood in royal armor, but no crown. Jack wore black robes trimmed in gold. He took her hand. No fear, no hate, no turning back. After the vows, as the ship floated above Earth, she leaned in close and whispered in his ear, So tell me, do you love me now? Jack smiled. Ask me again in 100 years. She laughed softly. And for the first time, in a long time, she didn't feel like a weapon. She felt like a woman. And maybe, just maybe, a human one. The end.